Juliette Bryant, and I am a nutritionist and a superfood alchemist and a mother of 3 kids and a total mushroom and cacao fan. So I'm going to give you a little talk first of all before we have the mushroom and cacao drink, because for me it's really important that we engage both sides, our kind of mental brain on how these plants can work for us, and then we feel it. Because the two together, that's how we're made up. We're more than just our physical body. We are physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. So when we can tackle things on all those sides, this is really a beautiful thing. So in the drink that we're going to have this evening, we have some ceremonial cacao, which is this beautiful stuff here. Now, ceremonial cacao, cacao, first of all, is an incredible plant. It has over 360 active chemicals and minerals. 360, which makes it the most complex food substance on the planet. If you guys want to sit in the circle, if we can make the circle a little bigger and then everyone can kind of come into it, that would be lovely. So when we work with cacao, we're working on lots of different levels. On a physical level, it's the most bioavailable source of magnesium on the planet. So magnesium is essential for 700 functions in the body. 700 functions. So a lot of people are deficient in magnesium. So what does this deficiency look like potentially? Well, mental health, hormones, sleep, muscles, recovery, all of these things, immune system, are affected by magnesium. So when you have cacao, this is the most bioavailable. That means it's the easiest way for you to access that magnesium is from cacao. So it's beautiful. A lot of women crave chocolate. Any of you ever crave chocolate? Well, that's probably because you're deficient in magnesium. So the body is asking you for that. But when we eat the processed stuff that's been refined, it's been roasted, it's been added with dairy and sugar, those 360 active chemicals and minerals are not present. So actually there's been a study done that's very interesting. It shows you study raw cacao and then you roast it, add sugar and dairy to it, and it's like a light switch goes off. Those properties just get turned off. Incredible, isn't it? But that's how most people consume it. So I don't know if any of you have done it before. You crave chocolate, so maybe you go out and buy a big bar of chocolate that's got all these things and you go, I'm just going to have one piece, and then you put it down. A few minutes later, you go and get another piece. And then you put it down, and then you go and get another piece. And you keep going and going and going. And then by the end of it, you feel really sick. Anyone done that? Yeah? I think probably most of us have done that, haven't we? What's happening is your body is so super intelligent, and it eats that little bit of chocolate and it goes, out of this chocolate I should be getting anandamide, bliss chemical, we'll talk about that in a minute, serotonin, I should be getting magnesium, I should be getting manganese, I should be getting all of these things, but I'm not getting it. So maybe if I have another piece I'll get it, or maybe if I'll have some more I'll get it. So it's constantly asking for the food because it wants the medicine from it. It's the same with our diets in general. We eat a lot of food because the body knows from food I get nutrients. But if that food we're eating is devoid of nutrients, we will keep eating. Which is why we have an epidemic of obesity over the world, because people are eating food that has no goodness. So they keep going because they're full on one level, but they're not full nutritionally. Does that make sense to everyone? So when we eat raw cacao, you're getting all of that goodness packed in there. So you can eat a little bit and your body goes, I'm okay, I don't need any more, because you've fulfilled that nutritional deficiency. So this is how we want to eat minimum optimum diets, so that we're getting the most goodness in the smallest amount of thing. So cacao, as I said, it has something called anandamide in. Now anandamide is a bliss chemical. I've been doing a lot of research into the endocannabinoid system. It's become a little bit of a huge passion of mine. And it's a massive talk, so I'm just going to give you a little snippet on it. But basically, we have something in our body called an endocannabinoid system. It's like the foundations of the house. And this endocannabinoid system interacts with every bodily system we have. Every bodily system. It was only discovered in the 90s though. Interesting, isn't it? But the endocannabinoid system, when you put it on a map, it is exactly the same as the Chinese meridian system. So it's been known about by a long time, but not in Western medicine. So this endocannabinoid system is our foundation. Now, anyone know what the richest source of cannabinoids is on the planet?
Cacao.
Not quite. Good guess.
Mushroom.
No. Breast milk. Breast milk is the richest source of cannabinoids. So you're born, you go onto your mother's breast, and you fill up on something that will strengthen and support the foundation of your house. Incredible, isn't it? Then we look at the next richest source is cannabis. Cannabis has 120 cannabinoids. Now what's fascinating is we actually make our own cannabinoids in our body if our body is in an optimum space. So if we eat processed food, if we're really stressed, if we have pollutants and toxins all around us, this slows down our body's natural ability to make cannabinoids. One of the cannabinoids that we make is called anandamide, and this is the bliss chemical. So this makes us feel good. Now, some people are naturally really happy in life. Have you noticed that? And some people are naturally quite depressed in life. One of the reasons, and I'm not saying this is the only reason, but one of the reasons is the amount of anandamide that we produce. So some people naturally produce loads, which will make them happy. Some people don't produce a lot, which means that they naturally are not so happy. So cacao has anandamide in it. So you eat cacao and this ups your anandamide in your body. Now this is the really, really interesting stuff. This is what I just think is just absolutely incredible. The endocannabinoid system, I've been working on this new product for a really long time, and I've been playing with the combination of cannabis, cacao and medicinal mushrooms. And when I'm talking about cannabis, I'm not talking about getting stoned, I'm not talking about high THC, but the cannabis as in all of the cannabinoids, not a CBD extract. So when you start looking at the combination of the mushrooms, the cacao and the cannabis, this is the most incredible thing ever. You have the medicinal mushrooms, and I'm talking about things like reishi mushroom, birch polypore. This is a mushroom mix I make here with chaga, lion's mane, loads of these different medicinal mushrooms. They're bracket fungus. You have those, and what they do is they excite the endocannabinoid system. They excite the receptors. So their vibration comes into your body and creates this harmonizing space. You then have cacao, which has the anandamide in, which goes into the receptors to make you feel happy. You then add cannabis to this, and it holds the anandamide in the receptor for longer. So you stay happy for longer. Isn't that incredible? Yes. Does anyone else just think that's amazing? Amazing. It's something that I just think I've been putting it together for a while, and I just thought this is such an amazing thing that you have this combination. I call it the triple goddess, because it is such a beautiful harmonizing of plants and mushrooms to create this balanced feeling in our body, but not only a balanced feeling, but an excitement, an awakening. So when we work with cacao, what it's also doing is it's opening our heart to love. Who here wants more love in their lives? Who here wants to feel more love for themselves? Yeah? So one of the things we can do is we can drink cacao in a ceremonial way where we actually honour that plant, and that's what we're going to be doing. We invite Mother Cacao in to open our hearts and connect us to the love that we are, and the love that is all around us. Because love is all around us, whether there's arguments, fights, screams, it's all love or a calling for love. It's what everything is, isn't it? So cacao can help us in that beautiful space. So when we have this drink shortly, it's got the cacao in. But what I found when I just have cacao is it's quite stimulating for me. And I'm not very good. I haven't had caffeine for 17 years. There is no caffeine in raw cacao. There is theobromine, which is a sister component to caffeine. So caffeine does this and this. You're up and then you come crashing down. Theobromine, you come up and you level off. So it's not going as high as caffeine, but it's still awakening you. It's still giving you that buzz, which is why it's great if you're going to have some dancing, because it's going to give you a nice buzz. But when you add the mushrooms to it, what you do is you create this beautiful balance. So cacao is heart and opening, it's up here. But actually what we want to do is come down into the earth so our roots are really strong and stable. And then we can fly even higher. And that's what this combination does when you add the mushrooms to the cacao. It grounds it. So it's not so, ooh, won't make your heart palpitate so much. You know, some people are very sensitive to it and it's quite intense. But when you add the mushrooms, it grounds it. So it's giving it a really beautiful balance. The mushrooms, I love the mushrooms. I think that in my past life, I was a fairy sat on top of a mushroom. And I really want that to be my new logo. My logo is currently a cabbage cut in half, because it looks like a person or a tree. It's like, cabbages are amazing, but actually I'd like the next one to be me on top of a mushroom, because I really have such a reverence and respect and honouring of these incredible, incredible things that I feel are here for the next shifting of our evolution, for this awakening that is happening. The mushrooms are here to ground us and guide us. What's incredible is the mushrooms, this is the fruiting body of the mushroom. So the actual main part of the mushroom is underground or in the tree. We don't see it. It's this white network called the mycelium. Now this mycelium is a bright white filament and it covers the whole planet. So I just want you to think about this for a second. The whole planet is covered in this bright white filament that interacts with every living thing. Everything. The trees, the plants, the animals, us, everything is communicating through this network. That is the proper internet. And we're all part of it, but we've tuned out of it. Our brains are not, well, some of our brains might be, but most people's brains are not tuned into that network. But we can, and we will, hopefully, in our journey shortly. So when we work with the mushrooms, what they're doing is they're grounding our energy, connecting us into this, opening us up into this beautiful, expansive space. But also, mushroom spores are found in space. Amazing. Isn't that incredible? So just think about that. It's covering the whole planet, but it's also in space. So not only are you grounding yourself, but you're sending yourself up to the cosmos. Wow, that's far out, isn't it? And when we work with the mushrooms, it's an accumulative effect. So the more you work with them, the more they speak to you. And like everything, every plant is communicating all the time to us. And the mushrooms are always communicating with us, how they can help us grow and evolve. On a physical level, it's been shown that the beta-glucans in all of the bracket fungus kill cancer cells. It's been shown. They work to reduce stress in the body. They're adaptogens, so they help your body to deal with stress. They help to support you. They put a beautiful, how I imagine it, is they kind of scoop you up and they go, I've got you. I've got you. You're okay. I'm going to hold you and support you through whatever stress you're going through. And then I'm going to help you raise up to the next level. And then I've got you. I'm going to hold you there until you're really secure, and then I'm going to move you up. So it's this constant, beautiful journey of holding that space for you to evolve and to grow and open. Isn't that beautiful? Okay. So in the drink, I'm going to give you guys, there is the cacao, there is the medicinal mushroom mix, there is also my CBD hot chocolate mix. So this is cacao, CBD, well it's cannabis but legal. It's also got something called mucuna. Mucuna is the highest source of L-dopa, which is the precursor to dopamine. So it helps you feel calm and relaxed. So all of these things are in there to support each other. So that's what we're about to have. It's got some coconut milk in it as well. And it's got a little bit of coconut sugar, just to give it a little bit of sweetness, but not too much. There is later on, if anyone wants after our journey, I've got a little bit of go-go juice. So this is a little shot that you can purchase a little bit of later, which has my euphoria tincture, it's got my loving mix, and it's got some pine pollen. So if you want a little bit more oomph before the dancing, then come and see me and you can get some of that. So what we're going to do now is we're going to serve out the cacao, and when you get the cacao, please do not drink it. Please wait and just hold it. I know it's really hard, but please wait and hold it, and then we will do a little journey with it. And drink it then. So I want you now just to bring your focus in and just to connect into your breath. I just want you to take a moment to just really center yourself in this moment, to center yourself in this present space. To hear the noises around you and let them pass over you. And to feel grounded where you are. We invite into this space all of the elements. The north and the earth, the east and the air, the south and the fire, the west and the water. We invite in Mother Earth and Grandfather Sky. And we invite in the love within. We invite in Mother Cacao and the medicinal mushrooms and any of the plant kingdom that want to join us for this journey. And I want you to bring the cacao drink up to your nose and slowly smell the cacao. Allow the smell of the cacao and the mushrooms to move through your nose. And give thanks to the beautiful plant kingdom for all of the medicine they give us. And then slowly, when you feel ready, having a sip of this beautiful drink. Feeling the play of this drink on your lips. Feeling as it moves through your body. Feeling it as it moves down through your throat into your body. And slowly drinking this drink. And as you drink it, I'd like you to set an intention. What is your intention for this cacao? What is your intention for this evening? What would you like to welcome in? So as you drink, welcome in, invite in your intention. And as the cacao and the mushrooms move through your body, I want your mind, your awareness to move down into your root system. Moving down into the earth. Feeling your roots as they move through the deep brown earth. And feeling them intermixing with the mycelium network. Feeling your roots mixing with that of the mycelium, this beautiful bright white filament covering the whole planet. And as your roots move into this, so you feel an expansion in your being, so you feel an opening. As your consciousness travels across the planet, as your consciousness interacts with every living being, and allowing the cacao and the mushrooms to help you on that beautiful journey. And allow yourself to move down into a beautiful cave in the centre of the earth. And in this beautiful cave is Mother Cacao and all of the beautiful mushroom beings. And the mushroom beings are playing the drums. Because they work through all of us. So all of that noise is the mushrooms, it's everything. So we welcome in those drums. And as you're in this cave in the centre of the earth with the mushrooms and Mother Cacao, they have a gift for you, if you would like to receive it. So take a moment just to step in to receive that gift. And then giving thanks to this beautiful space that you can return to any time, I invite you to pull the energy of these plants up through the root system, pulling up the magic of the mushrooms through the mycelium network into your body, moving up into your body, feeling all of that magic of the earth coming up into your feet, waking up your feet, coming up into your calves, waking up your calves, up into your thighs, your hips, your stomach, moving into your heart. And as the cacao and the mushrooms enter your heart space, you feel that expansion. You feel that opening to love. That opening to who you are. A beautiful divine being of this earth. One with this earth, not separate from any other being, any other plant, any other tree. One with all of creation. Feeling that expansion in your being and then feeling that moving up through the top of your head to the cosmos, connecting with the spores of the mushrooms in the cosmos, creating a beautiful divine ball of light surrounding you, connecting you with the cosmos and the depths of the earth. And feeling that beautiful energy expanding out to every being here, to the whole planet.